One problem some of you have and do not realize is spiritual burnout. And I'm not saying doing cleansings is bad. I'm not saying engaging yourself in ritual practices is bad. I am not saying doing spiritual things is not important. They are all important. But some of you are doing cleansings back to back. You're doing rituals back to back, consultations back to back, always trying to fix something. You're always trying to remove something, protecting yourself from something, or finding out what is happening to you spiritually. At some point, you will become tired and you may not even realize that you're tired spiritually. Okay, you start feeling exhausted, you start questioning everything, you start thinking, why is nothing working for me? You keep looking for another cleansings, you keep looking for another rituals that can work for you. You keep going from one place to another to do consultation on every little thing that happens to you. But sometimes the problem is not that the spiritual work is not working. The issue is just that you are burned out, you are exhausted. Let me use myself as an example. Okay, there was a time I used to teach about 4 different topics in a day, right? I would wake up, I would make a prayer, I'd post that first, and then I'd post like 4 different teachings that same day. Sometimes I make videos because that intuition just comes for me to make a proper video for me to teach, and upon that I still do spiritual works. Do you understand? I didn't realize I was overwhelming myself because I thought I was, doing the right thing. I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. This is what I am meant to do. I'm giving back to people. I'm trying to help people. Until one day I started feeling it. That is the truth. I couldn't function well. Okay, because I have works, I have things that are piled up for me. That was when I realized I needed to use my own discretion. Okay, I started scheduling my teachings. If you notice now, I reduced my teachings from 4 different topics a day. I started teaching like 2 different topics a day. So when a video teaching comes up, I just post that. I do my spiritual work. I do the things that I need to do. I began to function, normally again. That experience taught me something. Every good spiritual practices needs balance. That is what we need to understand. Sometimes you have to just stop. You just need to breathe. Sometimes you just have to allow yourself to simply just live, okay? Because problems does not finish. Problem, they finish for this life. Something can happen today, and tomorrow another thing can just happen to you, and the thing is that you can't spend your whole life trying to fix everything that comes your way spiritually. Sometimes you just need to allow things to happen to you naturally. You need to experience some things, you need to understand and learn some things. Sometimes you feel like maybe your relationship or any other thing that is happening to you, it is one force, or it is your banje, or it is your spiritual husband that is disturbing you. Sometimes you just need to learn those lessons so that it can make you grow in life. Do you understand? And this is where some of you are burning yourself out. You're putting so much spiritual activities around your life. You no longer have space to simply just observe your own life. You are constantly asking, what do I need to cleanse with? What do I need to remove? I am feeling like this. Cobwebs is here. Cobwebs is there. You don't even know that your space is dirty sometimes. You need to use your hand to remove some cobwebs in your room. You begin to ask things that you're not even supposed to ask. Sometimes ask yourself the question, what is this thing teaching me? Why does this thing keep repeating in my space? Why am I feeling this way all the time? Because not every problem is another spiritual activities immediately. Sometimes you just need to rest. That is the truth. Sometimes you just need to breathe. Sometimes you just need to give yourself time to grow. You just need to understand why some situations are happening to you, because you are human. Okay, you are human. You came to this world to experience life. That is why you are here. Okay, so you need to learn, you need to grow, and you need to understand yourself as a person. Understand what spiritual burnout is. Okay, spirituality is not supposed to leave you exhausted. Spirituality is not supposed to be something that you will be burned out on or be feeling afraid about. Spirituality is supposed to be something that you will know when to walk. You're supposed to know when to pause, and you're also supposed to know when to take a break for yourself. Okay, because everything is not about cleansing, everything is not about doing rituals, everything is not about doing consultation. Sometimes just allow nature to play its part. Okay, you have done your own, then allow the universe to play its part so you don't get exhausted.